Joe. Who are you and where are you from?
I'm Joe Schultz. I'm from Detroit.
All right. And what do you do?
I'm the Director of Communications for the International Council on Clean Transportation here in DC.
All right. And we're here by what park is this?
This is McPherson Square.
All right. And so has the climate changed at all since you were a kid?
Yes, it's changed quite a lot, actually. It's a little more visible in places like Michigan, where you can notice that the lakes freeze a lot later than they used to, and it starts snowing a lot later in the year and that sort of thing. But here in DC, spring's coming faster, fall's coming later, weather's a little bit hotter, and the weather events are a little more severe.
And on an everyday basis, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, do you think about climate, or are you concerned, 10 being the most concerned?
Well, I think
part
about
of your job.
I think about climate a lot because it's part of my job. Yeah, but that's one of the reasons it's part of my job is that I think it's an important issue. It's certainly happening, and what we as humans can do about it over the long run is still a pretty open question. So that's what makes it interesting and hard, I guess, is one way to think about it.
What is happening around DC?
What do you mean?
Do we see some climate-related reforms or any kind of movement on that issue of climate here? Or
Well, I mean, DC, of course, is the seat of the federal government, and and climate is one of the, broadly defined, it's one of the issues that is dividing the country right now. So at the moment, Democratic president, still a Democratic Congress, and so over the last 2 years, there's been a lot of activity in trying to come up with public policies to address, among other things, to do things in order to try and reduce carbon emissions and emissions of other greenhouse gases like methane, and just so to do something about the rolling climate crisis that's rolling toward us. But for 4 years before that, it was really nothing much happening. So, and goodness knows what it will be over the next couple of years. So
that's the next question. What about the future? Should we be optimistic or pessimistic? And what can we do?
Well, we should always have hope, of course. And we should always try to match that hope with action so that we can try and take our fate into our own hands. We're in a pretty deep hole. It's going to be a long way to get out. So I don't know. I don't know whether that is optimistic or pessimistic. Maybe both.
Well, very good. Here in Washington, D.C. on the 12th of December. Thank you very much, Joe Schultz.
You're welcome, Mike.